Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Super pumped to have you here. Today we have another episode of Holiday Top 5s, the series where I ask you guys an Instagram question, mainly about skateboarding, and you guys give me your responses. I add them up, and then we rank the responses from least voted to for most voted to. Now this is just top 5, and this was the top 5 best looking skateboard tricks. So I do know that this video can be a little bit controversial because some people think one trick is super ugly, so don't shoot the messenger. I'm just the one that asked the question, but this is all the responses from the people on my Instagram. And if you want to vote in one of these future holiday top 5 videos, I'll have my Instagram down below in the description, so you can do so as well. All right, without further ado, let's get right into the list. Coming in at the number 5 spot, we have frontside kickflips, also known as frontside flips. Frontside kickflips are a frontside 180 and a kickflip motion all put together. Now this, in my opinion, is one of the harder tricks to make it look good because there's just a lot of stuff that goes on. Sometimes people turn their shoulders a little bit late, sometimes people turn their shoulders a little bit early. So there's a lot of different ways that this trick can look. Unlike kickflips or other more basic tricks, frontside flips, they have a wide variety of different looks to them. Some people doing them down gaps will make it look very almost late, like a late kind of 180, and sometimes they'll do it very quickly. So it can look all different kinds of ways, but nonetheless, it's a very stylish trick and a very fun trick to do. So frontside flips takes the number 5 spot. Coming in at the number 4 spot, we have hard flips. Now hard flips are really tricky, or hard, but they are a combination of a front shove and a kickflip. And they almost look vertical and they go between your legs, which makes them look super stylish when done properly. When not done properly, you could popsicle yourself or credit card yourself, whatever you call it where you're at, but it is more than likely to happen when practicing hard flips. Now, hard flips, like I said, when done properly, look super, super cool. There is some people that make it look really, really nice. I have some of those on screen right now, some of my favorite hard flips. It's a trick that I feel like is not as common anymore. It seemed to be done a lot, and it kind of goes in trends where I see a lot of hard flips and then it kind of dies out and then I see them again. But nonetheless, it is a very difficult trick to master, and maybe that's possibly why you do not see a lot of them being done all the time. Coming in at the number 3 spot, we have laser flips. Now, this is no surprise. When I put this question up on my Instagram, I knew laser flips was going to be a response because, well, it's really cool to say. It sounds cool, but not a lot of people actually know what a laser flip is. So a laser flip is essentially the polar opposite of a tray flip. So where a tray flip has a 360 pop shove in it, a laser flip has a 360 front shove in it. And where a tray flip has a kick flip in it, a laser flip has a heel flip in it. And laser flips, they're not extremely popular. There's a few pros such as Luan Oliveira. He has a video up on his Instagram doing a regular laser flip and a switch laser flip. They both look phenomenal. Tori Pudwell also does a really good laser flip. But all in all, they're not that common of a trick, and mainly because they are extremely difficult. Now, when somebody really masters a laser flip and they do it over and over and over again, it does start to look like a tray flip a little bit because it is pretty much the polar opposite of a tray flip. But you can tell that there's something different to it. But if you see it just done and not really paying attention, you might think it's actually a tray flip, but there is something a little bit different about it. And that right there is what makes laser flips so cool. The fact that when you do them, sometimes people have no idea what you just did. Was that a tray flip? You don't know. And laser flips, because of that reason, they warrant a spot on this list. They look just amazing and they're not that popular. So when they're done right, they're definitely one of the best looking flat ground tricks. And coming in at the number 2 spot, we have impossibles. I think the full name is Ali Impossible, but we'll just go with impossible. So an impossible is pretty much not a combination of tricks at all. It's I want to say a 3 shove, but you wrap the board around your foot, and that brings us to a whole different kind of controversy where a lot of people think impossibles are pretty much just 3 shoves and vice versa. But a impossible done well is a 3 shove where the board wraps around your back foot. Now there is also a trick called the front foot impossible. Andy Anderson does them a lot, but in this case, we're just talking about the ollie impossible. So the impossible, it's a super cool looking trick. It's different than any other trick you will see. It's really cool looking. It has a different look than any other kind of trick, and for rightly so, I think it makes this list. I didn't think it was probably top 5 best looking tricks, but impossible is taking the number 2 spot from you guys. So let's crack into the number 1 spot, but first we have an honorable mention, and that honorable mention is varial heel flips. Now this was going to take the number 6 spot if this wasn't a top 5 list, but since it is, it's going to get an honorable mention. A varial heel flip is pretty much a varial kick flip, except again, the polar opposite, where it is a front shove into heel flip. And it's pretty difficult to do, and it looks really well. This is kind of similar to the frontside flip, where it has a lot of different ways it can be done, and a lot of skaters do them differently, and they have distinct looks to them. Everyone's varial heel flip. But anyways, that's an honorable mention. Let's get into the number 1 spot. And now, voted the number 1 best looking flat ground trick by you guys, no surprise, the Trayflip. So the Trayflip, I mean, it's the most popular skateboarding trick by far. If you follow skating on Instagram or YouTube, you will see a bunch of skateboard pages and skaters posting Trayflips. If you watch skate video parts, pretty much every single video part you watch has a Trayflip in it. They are just that popular. So, and there's all different kinds of ways to do Trayflips. They've kind of evolved into their own different thing. You've got the small, snappy, quick Trayflips. You've got the really bone dug in ones where you have somebody doing the splits with the Trayflip. You even have Trayflips being done on tech decks now. I mean, with people's feet. It's a really thing. Check out Spencer Barton. But Trayflips are extremely popular. They are one of the best looking tricks. I don't think I've seen any really bad looking Trayflips unless you're tic-tacking or dragging your toes or heels. But Trayflips, they deserve the number 1 spot. They are extremely common and extremely cool looking. And when I think of skateboarding, Trayflip is what comes to mind. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. And I just checked my YouTube analytics, and 89% of my viewers are not subscribed. So if you enjoy this content, please subscribe. I do this for fun, but it just shows me that you really do enjoy it. But anyways, guys, I'll see you in the next one. And if you want to vote in these next Instagram polls coming up, make sure to follow my Instagram. I'll have that in the description below. But thank you guys again. Stay safe out there and have a good day.